All right, it is Saturday morning, day one. Driver's meeting should be coming up here about 15 minutes, and then track will go hot. It was nice and cool about an hour ago, but it is heating up quickly. Somebody said, though, it's going to be a cooler day today, like 96, 98. So, like, but then after that, it's supposed to cool off for the week. So people, I'm sure, are going to try and get a quick run in and then hit the road because we have an epic drive. This is the border wall day. We get to go along the border wall. We go through a desert, like, cool shit. This is a very unknown, uncharted territory to, like, do this epic trip to an area of the country that we've never been to. No one's ever done a drag and drive in this area of the country, and just see how everything works out. So thanks for watching, guys, and hey, like, subscribe to the channel, catch these videos. Riki's gonna be putting them up every day, so you want to make sure to catch the highlights every day because there's no live stream. You know why there's no live stream? Because frickin' 71 of us, 71 cars are on vacation together this week, and we're not gonna show you the frickin' family videos until live. We're gonna give them to you the next day, so you get to see what happened the next day. So you're only a day behind, but man, what an epic journey, and I bet you cannot wait to see what we do tomorrow. So make sure you're watching every day, but check this one out. We'll get some runs in and a lot of stuff from the road. So thanks for watching, guys.
Since the last time we checked in, we had issues with the rear end and misinformation on the spline count for the axles. I was told it had a 35 spline axles in it, Ford 9-inch, 35 spline, no problem. Well, I went and had a shop down in Tucson make me a differential, or a third member rather, gear set that's more favorable for the highway drive that we're about to do with 35 splines. Get the old one out, get the new one in, put the axles in, no go. Come to find out they're 31 spline axles, and needless to say, from there it was a race to get both out. Gentleman here by the name of Troy helped us out, took us out to his house, his shop. We swapped the gear set, swapped everything out, put everything back together, made sure everything was in specs, tolerances looked good. Came back to the track about, we got here like 10 o'clock last night, put it in, filled it up. Yeah, got here this morning to start getting ready for the week. Not a leak under the car, we're good to go.
Ken Riddle, Tucson, Arizona. Fresh build in a 69 Dodge Dart. I've got about 80 miles on it, basically just from driving from Tucson to Phoenix to start this route, and we're gonna break the motor in as we go. A little bit of the stuff is hidden. It's got a 76 mil turbo hidden underneath the fender well inside where the tire is. We run it around 24 pounds of boost here in the track. It's air-to-air intercooler. There's nothing trick, nothing fancy other than the cylinder heads by Brett Barber at Racer's Edge. That's pretty much the magic of this motor. I can almost walk into AutoZone or Checker and pick up most of the pieces, because on these drag and drive events, you have something exotic, you're not going to find parts. So this is kind of your basic, simple, it's 408 stroker, 750 carb, pretty basic, simple. It was a decent pass. It wasn't my best, but the heat is really what I'm racing against, not so much the track. But once we hit California, I'll throw down some good times. The plan coming in today has been disarray because, one, it's like you're not so much racing the track, it's just you're racing the heat, the mountains, the desert, the drive is what's really gonna throw a beating on the cars. And since it's a fresh build, I'm like, I think it's good. So I'm just doing the best I can, and we're gonna have fun going through this route. It's gonna be a good time.
Other than that, my name's Cody Flowers, from Houston, California. I drive a 1972 Datsun 510 with an iron block turbo LS. Initially, I was gonna do autocross, and then, you know, a couple years ago, I saw Drag Week and then all these drag and drives, and I was like, that's what I gotta do. So here we are. I've had the car for about 10 years. This is the second motor swap. First one, I put a V6 out of an S10 in it. That went pretty quick, but wasn't fast enough. So and it starts. I just keep one step at a time. As far as times, 640s is on these tires probably not going to happen, but I'd like to get it in the 7s, in the 8th. So we'll see.
Day one of Death Week here. We're at Wild Horse Raceway here. First pass we went up. I actually didn't realize that they kind of got me. They gave us a sportsman tree, even though we were talking about pro tree in the driver's meeting, but that's okay. So I ended up waiting, and then I ended up making a solo pass on my own. It went 560 at 127, but it made more boost than I wanted it to. Hit a safety, hit a boost pressure safety, and reverted to gate at half track. So we're just getting ice down, letting the clutch cool off a bit. We're gonna go up for another round.
We put the inlet tube on there. Somehow they think that might magically give us 300 more horsepower that we're looking for, but we will see what happens. We did the 550 yesterday. I mean, we were running 530s before, and we really want to go in the forest, so we're going the wrong direction, but it did go down the track. It went straight, smooth, so all good there. We'll see what happens this morning. And we just want to make one lick at it or whatever, and then get the tires changed and get motoring on the road, because this is a vacation.
This doesn't feel like a vacation.
Went down, went faster than last night. I mean, went straight down. It's not as fast as It should be, but I mean, we'll take it. I mean, we just want to make a clean pass. I mean, I'm more concerned about the journey and going on vacation. So we got a good one to turn in, turned it in, got the route, and we're packed up. I don't know what time it is. What time is it?
10:46.
10:46. We got everything loaded, hooked the trailer up, and we can hit the road, fill up, and work our way. We get to go to drive along the border where we can see through, and it's Mexico on the other side of the fence, driving a road parallel to us. So I can't wait to go do it. So that's 10 sows. So I think that's enough sows for this segment of the video. But there's a lot of people already left too that I think just the one and done. I mean, this is probably the biggest one and done event that there probably will be, because everybody, sorry, beating it like a dead horse, but the journey, man, is freaking epic. So I can't wait for today's journey. Hopefully we don't melt. We want a nice clean drive, fill up with gas, and get motored. Right, Aiden? Yep. Aiden's a man of many words.
Jason Rousseau from Long Island, New York, and it's my 80 Malibu. It's got a 370 LS, 4L80, 9-inch. Yeah. What else do you want to know? We're only tech legal to 535 or something, so we just went a 541, and that's one and done. We're going to turn it in, hit the road. I'll leave that tune up in there and try and do that every day, hopefully, but you know, there's a lot of, you know, it's going to cool down, so it might go faster, so, but should be good.
We have a pop rivet that we put to hold the net in place, and the pop rivet is stopping us from sliding this onto here. Something that simple. We'll get it. Get back on.
No. Almost.
Yeah, we don't hold any grudge. We don't hold
We're off.
First come, first serve.
So from leaving the track, we've only used 4.5 gallons. We went 50 some miles, so we're getting better than 10 miles a gallon. I made it to the first checkpoint. It is freaking hot as hell. So we just got to get through today. We were trying different speeds, trying to get the temperature that it wanted, or the speed that it wanted to run the temperature it needed to be. And still, like if we run the 50, 55 miles an hour or whatever, that's the speed where it wants to be to run the best temperature. We'd like to be running faster than that. So we got an idea with the intercooler that we're going to ice it up and see if we can use that heat exchanger to help cool off the radiator to try and run a little more speed. I mean, today's the hottest day, so I mean, once we can get, as long as we can get through today, then it'll get easier. We didn't change the rear gear because we wanted to try without changing the rear gear today, and then it's only 300 miles to the track for tomorrow, and then after that we got a lot longer drives. So the idea is that, hey, we'll do this 300 one with everything the normal way, and then when we get done at the track tomorrow, then that's when we may opt to put the other center section in and see what that does for the revs that we turn and temperature and everything. But it's supposed to be cooler out, so it's not necessarily like it's going to be apples to apples, but that's the plan anyway.
He's too tall, Alex. I can't get him up there. Mr. Bones, calm down. Woo. Yikes.
About the third time we've had a problem with the rear tail housing extension. The bushing's been pushing out. I think I got an unbalanced drive shaft. We got the first couple, one time was a fluke, and then it's doing it again. Just had to be in the middle of Arizona and the midday sun on the side of the interstate just to make sure that we can verify that it's probably just the drive shaft. The bearing's spinning it out of that and it's walking out, and then it brings that seal out. We found this one our last time just on the, he had it just laying around. It lasted us probably 1,000 miles. Yeah, at least 1,000 miles, and then did it again. But this time we have a fresh bushing. I brought another housing just in case. New bushing, new seal, so hopefully we don't have that problem again.
Probably close to 200 miles through the desert. She did good. She runs around 200, 205. Training temp's like 180, but we haven't really hit any mountains yet, so it's not really pushing it too hard. So we just switched it over to pump gas. We ran all the way through the desert on ethanol, and then we just switched it over to pump gas. We had a little vapor lock issue, but run the fuel pump a little bit, get the fuel circulating, and it was good. Yeah, you don't see this in New York. been west of the Mississippi with the car, so this is the furthest west we've been. We're bogged down in the sand. Too much weight out in the sand dunes is not a good time.
So I'm sure this car weighs what, 2,000 pounds, 2,500 pounds?
3750.
37, all right.
Oh yeah.
Put it in neutral, okay?
Yep.
What happened? The other side's too soft?
On my second pass there, I went up to the line and went to get up onto the two-step, and it coughed and it died. And then so I backed out. I got in again, and that time it got up on the two-step, and I left. But for some reason, there was no dome pressure, so it left on 6 pounds of boost and didn't make any more of the rest of the run, basically. So I had one of my buddies helping us out, remote log into the computer and try to get some data figured out there. But for some reason, it's getting up. As soon as it gets up on the two-step and starts building boost, then it kind of coughs and it dies. And so we're still trying to figure it out. But it's still running fine. So we'll get to the next spot and do some more sorting out over there.
So you had a 560 something to hand in today? Or?
Yeah, I handed in my 560 at 127, which I think put me in third place. I was hoping to be, closer to those 540s, but maybe tomorrow if we can get this issue figured out. So.
And how was the drive?
It was hot. We had to make one stop on the side of the highway there. The fuel pump got too hot and it needed a break. It kind of decided for me it was going to take a break, so we got that cooled off and then just cruised a little bit slower, especially once we got into California here. So it's been good since then. So
what do you think of the scenery so far?
It's interesting. It's like the snow drifts at home, but just sand instead.
So we're down here by the border wall. You know what this is up on the wall, all this metal? That's PSP. It's a landing pad that they used in Vietnam for landing aircraft. So it literally locks into itself, and it goes into here and it locks, and it's literally metal that is designed to land aircraft on. So they used it for like C-130s would land in Vietnam. That's what it's for. It's all our excess used surplus material for PSP, landing mat. Pretty cool, right? That's why you hired me. I know things. Nothing of value, but I know things. And oh, by the way, this is really close to Mexico, like right there.